Hey,
I have a fun question for the room
yeah.
for science.
Then
Which Pokemon do you think would be the best investors?
the best investor, Mewtwo
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
or
Why?
Mew, because they're god Pokemon.
And
Or maybe there is a Pokemon that is literally god, right?
I honestly I played a little bit of Pokemon. I was never really that into it. So
yeah, and I also know like I could probably name 6 Pokemon.
yeah,
I just thought it would be a fun question.
from everything I know, like I agree that's probably Mewtwo though.
Yeah, I know that they're like worshipped and just super like serene.
Yeah, very stellar.
They're called legendary Pokeball.
Yeah.
You know, if I think would be bad, Gengar. I think he would just get too upset. I think he'd like take out at the wrong time and then be all mad that
Yeah.
didn't go well for him.
Polly also has a very rudimentary understanding of the Pokemon world.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, listen.
I'm sorry.
I said I just thought it would be a fun question.
Over here, you're.
Yeah, no, I know. Hey, I said I could probably name 6.
Yeah.
Oh, we named 6 Pokemon?
Should we see how many I can name?
Yeah.
Okay. I already said Gengar. Pikachu, obviously. Mewtwo, obviously. Meow. Don't. No, that's gonna be cheating.
No, I'm not. They're not
Eevee.
names, but this is
Like, yeah, show me a big picture. I'll see.
And then,
the original 151.
Snorlax.
Oh, that's it, right?
What is it? Munchlax.
So bad.
Yeah. Snorlax?
Yeah, I said him. Jigglypuff. Right? Isn't that one?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
that's
Jigglypuff's right there.
yeah.
Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Lotad,
Yeah.
Mudkip, Charmander,
Yeah.
Onyx.
Onyx is alright.
I've named more than 6.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
That's like 10 or 11.
what's the guy? He's blue with the bullseye in the center. I used to love him.
That guy? Yeah.
Any one of those. There's 3 of them.
What are they?
Huh?
What are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
One of them's Poliwhirl.
Poliwhirl, yeah, the one with the nose. I think I loved him as a kid.
And then I don't know what the middle guy is, but then the big guy is Poliwrath.
Okay. He looks more angry. So
Yeah.
I get it.
She's the big guy.
Poliwrath.
I feel like I could name. There's 151 right here, and I feel like I can name 130 at least.
What's the fucked up duck looking thing?
Huh?
The fucked up duck in the middle. He's yellow. Yeah.
Honestly, fucked up duck would be a good name.
Fucked up duck.
I don't know how interesting it would be to listen to because they're
Oh, the rat one. What are their names?
Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Wartortle, Squirtle, yeah, Wartortle, Blastoise, Caterpie, Metapod, not Metapod, Beautifly, whatever that one.
Yeah.
Caterpie, Beedrill, no, not Beedrill, Caterpie, Chiguna, Beedrill, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot,
Ratatouille.
Cates, Rattata.
Rattata.
Pharaoh and Sparrow. And this is going to take me way longer than I thought.
Yeah.
No, this is boring. But you know what? The other one I thought of.
Wait, what's the one on like bottom? Blackface in a blonde wing. Yeah.
That's Jinx. And
oh wow.
That does look offensive.
It is.
Yeah.
Super. Let's zoom in.
And the name is Jinx. It sounds a little too close to like
Voodoo.
Yeah.
In the realm of voodoo, yeah. But it's Japanese product. You can't
for being racist. Respect Pokemon though, you know? Was it like the first big like Japanese like cultural crossover?
Yeah.
Probably.
The cool thing about Pokemon, it's almost like if a company was like, can we make an IP that we basically only have to every 2 years
Mhm.
invent 100 more of these animals or whatever,
Yeah.
and that's the only thing we need to do, and we'll make billions and billions
Yeah.
of dollars.
Because then you could sell games, you could sell merchandise of all the Pokemon.
The branding.
And
Yeah.
no other way, we do not need to change the way the games work at all.
Yeah.
Not need to change the way the show works at all.
Yeah.
We do not need to change the way that coming up with these dumbass animals works at all.
No.
And it'll still make us upwards of $10 billion every time we introduce new Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's saying,
They really nailed, like, whoever was their like artistic director, like they really nailed like the perfect level of cute meets alien dragon vibes. It's like, I mean, I've only been to Korea and Japan once. I was there for 2 weeks, so short little snippet.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Like the branding is crazy. Like food, candy. People have backpacks that are Pokemon.
Yeah.
They're not functional. You can fit like, maybe your phone in it, but like it's just it really has taken over. Like that definitely their formula was
And especially like with the merchandise, like if they produce merchandise of every Pokemon, like you can consider that like at the point of every Pokemon game is to catch them all. Like that's the goal for kids. It's like I gotta have all of them.
Yeah.
So like if they're buying merchandise, they're gonna buy a lot of merchandise.
Even as an adult, I can relate to like trying like merchandise and trying to get it all. I feel like it's also clever in ways that like certain Pokemon are more accessible in merch than others. Like I have a friend whose favorite is Mudkip. And even when we were like abroad, we could not find a stuffed Mudkip. So then the other day at the Anime Con, which we will talk more about, I considered dropping $35 because that was the cheapest one I found. $35 for this Mudkip. Solely because like you just can't find him very many places. But I was like, no, you're an adult. Don't do it.
Yeah.
So I didn't. Instead I got Kirby earrings.
Yeah. $35
for an adult.
Because I'm an adult.
$35 isn't terrible though. Like some people spend.
My earrings were 20, so it's girl math. I don't know.
That was the annoying thing about the whole conference, though, is that it was like
invention.
No, I think it was a
Yeah, so
convention.
You guys got to tell me about this.
Yeah,
I've not heard.
So yeah, we went to a convention in Rosemont, and it was all about anime. And the annoying thing for me, I expected like all the just like sloppiness of like being shoved into different hotel rooms and shit for different events, but like the just like the level of like a lot of the stands there were just people who were like buying these plushies off the internet, or like there was a stand that was literally just like reselling Japanese food that they probably just had like shipped in off this website. Like, not all these were like either genuine Japanese company trying to expand in the US, or like there were a lot of genuine like artists.
That was the difference between there was a vendor section and an artist section. The artist section was fun. That's where we spent money. The vendor section, some were better than others.
Yeah.
Some were like kind of what you would expect, like, when you're in New York or Chicago and people are selling like bootleg stuff. It wasn't necessarily bootleg, but it's very much like they probably bought this wholesale or whatever, large quantity, and then reselling.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's also like a thing where like they got to recognize that it's an anime convention. So there's probably going to be like a lot of weeps there, like people that are just obsessed with everything Japan. So
my
like
biggest
selling Japanese food isn't it's not a bad idea.
No,
to appeal to those people.
The only thing is like you could see the clear pandering, like people who probably just like, oh, this convention's coming, like I'm gonna do this to try and gain a buck this weekend.
Yeah.
and you could see like the opportunism in it, and then also how much it was paying off for those people. Like,
Yeah.
how much it was like, oh yeah, totally. The type people are gonna be like, oh my god, Japanese Kit Kats. There, I saw.
I didn't even see any Japanese Kit Kats. That I
wait, are
was
they
thrown down for.
different?
Go to the vet there to see the food vendor.
Are the Japanese Kit Kats different?
Yeah, so the chocolate quality there, they're like, equivalent of the FDA and Food and Drug. Their requirements for chocolate products are higher. So just even the regular Kit Kat, it's subtle, but it tastes better. They have like a million flavors.
Oh,
So
really?
I brought back several like green tea, matcha, wasabi, strawberry, milk tea.
Yeah.
You name it.
Because I mean, it's just like a wafer cracker. Like it would probably be
it's
good with all the flavors.
So easy to create.
Yeah.
So my biggest beef with the anime convention is that like the branding and marketing, overall professionalism of like putting together a cohesive convention.
Yeah.
I think a group of anime.
Think of what?
What?
Wait, what did you say?
So like what I think of the marketing and overall just like professionalism and like of the like and cohesion, I guess, of the con, like the impression I get is that it was very much like fan made.
Oh, okay.
Which like
yeah.
I know that's kind of how those things start, but and maybe this just wasn't a good con to go to, the Midwest Anime Con. But it felt like a bunch of high schoolers threw it together. I mean, it was probably, it probably took more than that because, they did have to rent out all these rooms, but it was like split through like 3 or 4 different hotels in that area. So like not convenient at all to like go from place to place. The vendor artist area was like cool and huge, tons of stuff to buy. But then going into the other part of the hotel, or separate hotel, I should say, where the different meetup rooms, there's a video game room, there's tabletop room, there's whatever talk back, there's all these rooms where you just go and watch movies with people. They smelled bad.
Yeah, that's not
it was like it's just like a bunch of guys who like brought their VR set and brought their games, and guess what, they're all full. Everyone is at an arcade game and there's a wait list for the VR machine. Cool. So we didn't stay in that room long. We go next door. Same thing. Like, or there's like this back room that was pretty big where it's people playing like tabletop board games. That just really wasn't what we were there for. But like, if that's your thing, that's probably really cool to like meet people, or like, hey, we haven't seen each other in a while. We met online, whatever. But there was like these people that were trying to like sell their game, some Western tabletop game that looked so confusing as hell. And he literally was like, yeah, it's actually not. I assume he's a creator. He looks like a cowboy. He was like, yeah, it actually looks way more complicated than it is. Like, that's what I'm going for. And I'm like, okay. I'm not going to sit down and play your game then. This probably is cool, but like...
It
I don't know.
was I could see how it was confusing, and how if you were like a frequent video gamer, it would make sense because it's all about like shooting in line of sight.
Okay.
Like
this Western game we're talking about.
So like I could see how it was. It would be easier to pick up for people who made the game and or people who like just have played turn-based shooting games and shit like that, because that's really is what it is about. But it did not look super fun.
No.
It honestly did look simple in that way, at least.
And we just like weren't there to like play games. What I thought it was going to be is, I think now we've discussed, I had more impressions or like images of like a Comic-Con where like there are staff and volunteers that are dressed up and role playing, or kind of like at a run fair. The staff are very much like participating, and there's random events, or someone will come out and like, I don't know, do something silly, or there would be like just more organized hoopla, I guess. I'm not like explaining this well, but
yeah, where it's kind of like you go to that convention and you're like you're just surrounded on all four sides by
Yeah, and it's not that. It was very much like you paid to go shop. That's what we got out of it. So like, had it been free, I wouldn't be so mad because we did pay a fee to like your admission, and most of what we liked was the shopping. It was disappointing because like we didn't really know any of the people that were there signing autographs as voice actors. There were a couple where like, you know, you look on their list of things they've done, you're like, oh, hey, I actually do know that, but they're like not big names. The panels.
We did get to see a living Power Ranger.
Wow.
True.
A living in the flesh. A Red Ranger. We did not look into
Is Power Ranger anime? Like, is that anime?
It's originally Japanese.
Yeah.
Well, it's Japanese, but is it anime?
I think the anime needs
Anime
to be.
became very loose.
Yeah.
It's convention, you know what
Is
I
it
mean?
just a Japanese convention at that point?
Because it's like also like.
I think truly it was animated convention in a way.
So like I was looking for anything Elden Ring related to like Marvel shit, like SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Like it was really it's just like nerd. With a focus on anime. Because I bet if we went to Comic-Con, it would have a very similar like people did like overall feel, but it would just be. There would be maybe a more emphasis on the comic side then, or.
And I think Comic-Con is a little more professional.
Well, yeah, I think
It was just disappointing. The panel topics weren't interesting, so we didn't want to go to any of those really. Oh, look on the map. There's Mermaid Room, and it is like
Mermaid Room?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I had high hopes. I
What's the Mermaid Room?
I thought there'd be mermaids.
Just mermaids in a room?
I thought there'd be mermaid art. I thought there'd be mermaid porn. I don't know. I thought like something cool. No, it was two vendors. And it was like a room smaller than a classroom. Two vendors. And there you could try on a mermaid tail. She did have the opportunity to do a little photo shoot, but
To put on they had a coconut bra.
yeah, no, it seemed
Saw
like
that.
there were children in the room. I was not into that. I don't know. I thought it would be like a mermaid meetup. Or like
Yeah. It seemed
mermaids.
like so. The other thing that we did that maybe if you want a full experience is we went Sunday
last
after a
day.
lot of things were wrapping up, and I think that's if we were to go maybe on Saturday, the Mermaid Room might be a little more hopping. There's like big drinking events happening at night too. It seemed like.
Yeah. Oh, there was my biggest regret, the thing that seemed the coolest. There was a flyer for Friday night and Saturday night. Come to, and it listed a room number.
So,
Yeah, whatever the nights of the.
well, this guy was fucking every night it seemed.
It listed a room number at a hotel, and it was like, what's his name, Uncle Iroh from Avatar. It was like, come to Uncle Iroh's tea room.
Oh, and it would just like
And it had like a picture of Uncle Iroh, and it maybe said something else, but we were like, I would go.
Yeah,
I would go
Just
to
check it
his
out.
room just
Just
to
like-
see.
what if it's mushroom tea or something? What if it's like something cool? I put this.
What if
I
it's
trust
just-
this dude? Too.
yeah.
That's-
Just drink BYOB. But this guy's dressed as Uncle Iroh, and he's like committed to this vibe. I'm into it.
I know. If it's like an honestly wholesome thing from him, I don't want anyone to not show up. Yeah.
but maybe picking a trustworthy character is a ploy. You know, maybe it's like he's trying
That's
to
smart.
get you to inherently look at him as Uncle Iroh because he knows he wouldn't be able to do that on his own charisma.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually so deceptive.
I would do that. I would think that shit. Like I couldn't be Uncle Iroh. I better like just say I am and dress like him and just do an impression.
Yeah.
You're too skinny to be on the Iroh.
Yeah.
I went at
But anyways, there's a lot of interesting shit like that we're like, oh, I feel like we missed the shit that happened. Like there's shit that we could be like, I want to see what goes down. I want to like,
People watching was fun.
yeah,
Um,
crazy people.
Mr. Leprechaun Man over here. I don't remember your name. I'm sorry.
I don't know. And
Tarzan Leprechaun was really bothered by the amount of like hentai.
oh, I was bothered looking around
Everywhere, and there were children there.
Yeah, just like the basically the vibe was like parents dressed up however they wanted to be, maybe even a little sexually, and then dragging their kid along in like a wagon.
I was dressed as Mirabelle.
Yeah.
There were so many Mirabelles, so many little girls as Mirabelle from Encanto.
I was if you did bring your kids there, it was more because you were willing to subject them to that.
Yeah.
You got to experience it, not because it was
There were a
something
couple.
you felt like.
There were definitely kids there that were into it, but
The dude with the dad that was showing his kid the swords, it was the only one that was like, "Oh, you're probably a good father."
Yeah, you're doing all right.
I probably shouldn't report you.
I wasn't so bothered because I kind of expected that, and I'm like all for body positivity, but in a way, like I don't super love that art style. I do find it demeaning, and it was like very prevalent. Like
Every other booth
was like, because a lot of the booths, the artist booths, are like posters or like those like they what are those holographic posters, like blankets with cool scenes on them. Yeah, I'd say like every other artist included some booby pics.
Yeah, and it's definitely a thing where there's like, I mean, there's like body pillows and like dudes that have it where it's like it very much like they fall in love with an anime.
There were several vendors too. Vendors were selling like maid costumes and bondage equipment.
Ooh.
Which, speaking of maids, you can pay another $20 and get a ticket to the maid cafe.
Okay.
But we didn't get to see it. In hindsight, it might have been a shit show too.
On the posters, it appears like it is a performance. Like there's a stage and there's people dressed as maids that do dancing and stuff. I thought it would be like the sexy maids serve you. Like in Japan, when you search maid cafe, it's like they dress as a sexy like hentai maid and you are their master. Like that is the dynamic. So I expected like something weird like that. We didn't go. We did not go.
Not to the maid cafe.
But I just am curious and like I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's more money.
Okay. So also, just on its face, if we were to tell you that your ticket includes a free cup of ramen, what would you expect that free cup of ramen to be?
Oh, it doesn't say cup. It just says free ramen, snacks, and soda. It's an anime convention. What do you think? What are your standards? What are your expectations of the ramen? It just says ramen.
I don't know. Okay, how many people were at this convention? Like total?
Attending right then and there, probably like 3,000.
But you don't know that. You don't know that when you're reading what's on the website. So just imagine you're on the website. You're imagining a convention. So you kind of have some kind of like, it's going to be a lot of people. But you read free ramen, snacks, and soda. What do you think?
I don't know. I probably expect like a little like prepackaged ramen thing, maybe like a cup of noodles or something.
Ah, damn.
Yeah.
Fuck, that is exactly what it was. We were like, oh, there's going to be like, it might not be great, but I figured like some kind of
Yeah, just a
actual
ramen or
ramen and some broth. No, instead it lists there's this room on the map, and that's where the maid cafe and the snacks, ramen, sodas are. It is a tiny conference room. I mean, there's like a little lobby in this area, but then like where the actual food is, it is a small conference room, small, with just a table full of couple noodles. Different flavors, a couple different like carafes of hot water, and then a crazy volunteer pouring soda from 2 liters to styrofoam cups. Ice, don't think that was there. And then a table with two dispensers of goldfish. At that point, they're like half empty, and 2 empty dispensers of M&Ms.
Nice.
That was the ramen, snacks, and soda.
Yeah. Well, I really only guessed that after you guys said like 30,000. I was like, they just had to.
No, he said 3.
Oh, 3,000? Okay.
Not that well. We guessed several thousand throughout the weekend, but like
maybe total 10 throughout the whole.
$30 or $40 for admission. So I thought like
40.
But I feel like with like
I thought that the snacks would at least be better, or like a fucking can of soda.
Yeah.
Let him ask something.
I don't know. I don't know what the budget
spot.
Come on.
So it's just like it was just not professional. Like they really need to work on their branding and like the website to look at it. It's just not. We should have known. We had high hopes, but
we expected too much, probably.
don't ask your money unless you're a dweeb. No, I'm sorry. Dweeb is a negative word. Like dweeb, that's cool. Be weird, but yeah, don't go unless you're like
A weeb is
Honestly, though, if you don't go outside much, you might think it's fun.
You might love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
If you don't like BO, you'll love it.
If you collect shit and you want unique art and you want to be able to meet the artists who made them and you genuinely want to like submerge yourself in that experience of like I'm a huge Avatar: The Last Airbender fan. I want to meet people, like-minded people. I want to talk about it. I want to experience it. I want to see somebody dressed as Korra and maybe fuck her. That's all the shit that you will get to do at an anime convention. I think we appreciate a few things vaguely related to the convention, and that's probably not enough to have a very enjoyable experience.
Just go to Japan. That would be way.
Yeah, no, I think we needed more. I think, yeah, Comic-Con will probably be a more put together thing than we'll like it more for that.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
We're also trying to go to a Ren Fair at some point, and I think that'll be similar.
Ren fairs are, you know, they have a mindset of kind of like Disney, where like, we'll let anyone see you not in character. Every inch looks like you're in medieval times. It's immersive. It's an experience. Is it also you pay to spend money? Yeah. But I know what it is. And also it's like, okay, well, this is cool. And the food is actually like pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's stuff to watch. Like they actually joust. There's actually actors begging you for your spare change. And yeah. Go to Ren Fair. Don't go to the Midwest Anime Con. Go to a better anime con.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Tarzan.
Did you have a topic prepared for today? I saw we were.
So one thing I wanted to do is that we had a sighting, and over probably the last year or so, there's been many of the sightings, but we just had one of an actor that I am convinced is in like half of all things made after 2010.
Okay.
Can you guess
who the actor is?
Yeah.
Made after 2010.
You can ask 3 questions.
Okay. Does this count? Male or female?
Male.
Yeah,
that's one question.
Yeah.
Old or relatively young?
Middle-aged, probably at this point.
Okay. Can I use like an extension of that question, like 40s?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say 40s is exactly where it
Okay.
is.
One question.
American or English?
American.
Okay. Okay, there's a lot of options.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I
The way I brought it up is also a big hit.
Okay.
Oh, true. I won't say what I was gonna say. Yeah, but like they have like a small role in like
everything
lately. Everything.
Especially lately, but it's been like you notice like, oh my god. When you go back and you watch things, it's like, oh, he's in
his voice.
This show and this show and this show, and then his voice is in. Yeah.
Ooh.
The workingest actor today.
The workiest?
The workingest. The most working.
You guys name one thing.
Sure.
It doesn't like you can pick a small role.
Yeah.
Something that's less obvious, so not.
Yeah. But that you would definitely know him from. It's like this thing. We've seen Asteroid City.
Yes. Well, that's a Wes Anderson. There's a lot of people.
Yes.
Okay.
He is one of the actors in that movie.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, I can work with that. Is it? Was it? Was it Jason Schwartzman?
It was.
Yeah,
It was.
so there you go.
I've been noticing lately, especially everything that is funny, he is in.
Yeah.
In some way, he's involved in. So I wanted to quickly do a deep dive.
Before we deep dive, can we play a fun little warm up game?
Yeah.
You know, like concentration, 64.
Oh, okay.
Let's go, and it doesn't have to be fast, but like we each say a movie that he's in.
Yeah,
So
something that we know he's in at some way, or close counts too.
Can I go?
we can count the 2 we gave.
Can I go first because I think it's a good way to start talking about Jason Schwartzman.
Yes.
I'm gonna mention Rushmore,
Okay.
which was
Don't know it.
one of the first movies he's in. It's one of Wes Anderson's first movies. It's like I think considered like a classic at this point because it's one of the first Wes Anderson ones. Look up Rushmore.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll pop up. There it is, 1998.
He's in it.
Yep,
Oh,
he's the
wow.
lead.
You said
Oh.
this is one of his first?
Yeah, it's one of his
Wow,
first.
okay.
A fake nose.
He was 20.
And for our listeners out there, Jack, for our listeners out there, Reginald, can you say what you would recommend?
I would recommend Rushmore. It's about like a student at like a prep school, and I believe he joins like every school club and like activity.
Okay.
He like makes it his mission to do so.
Okay.
But it's
Alright.
like it's early Wes Anderson. Bill Murray's in it as well. Like
Okay.
Owen Wilson. It's I mean it's a good way to start because it's kind of what led him into a career. You know?
Okay.
It's an early role and it's a leading role too.
Okay. Polly would said she would like to go next.
Because I think I'm going to be the first to run up. Spider-Man, Into the Universe, whatever, the second one. Across the Universe.
Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
Played
Yeah.
the voice of the Scott.
he does. He does. Yeah, I only because I love it so much. It's like literally one of my favorite like comedy sketches ever is his appearance in Key and Peele, where it's he's like inviting all these people, boarding everybody on the plane before, like boarding everybody on the plane before he. And then at some point, he literally just says, Jason Schwartzman. And then Jason Schwartzman walks on the plane. Like, it's just, like, I don't let him on before the day or whatever. Yeah, so it's so, I can watch that. It's just like Jordan Peele's delivery of, like, Jason Schwartzman while looking him in the eyes is just so funny.
Do you know that? Did you guys know that Jason Schwartzman, I believe, is the nephew of Francis Ford Coppola?
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
know. I didn't know him specifically, but I did know he had like director roots, and that's how he.
I do assume that's why he's like had a leading role when he was 20 years old.
Yeah, he definitely
good.
had an inside track. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. Yeah, let's just keep going. I think until if we need to verify, we will, but we can just keep.
Yeah. So
We might spoil it.
right, yeah, Francis Ford Coppola is his entourage, and then Nicolas Cage is his. That's it.
Wow. Okay.
So
Okay. All right. Well, you're up.
oh, another one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one that he was in, or show.
And chances are you're gonna be right. So.
Oh, it's Jason. Oh,
Just name a comedy.
yeah. Seen Grand Budapest?
I think
I think
he's in most of most of Wes Anderson. Like a lot of actors, he's in
yeah.
most of Wes Anderson's.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
So there's 2 I know for sure, but I don't want to say.
But there's a different.
Oh, how did we? Okay, I have a good one for next.
Don't be looking him up.
Okay.
Was he just confirming?
Yeah,
I was confirming.
Yeah.
I saw
but he saw another one
I saw-
apparently.
Is he in Silicon Valley at all? Does he ever make an appearance?
I would not be surprised. I don't remember off the top of my head, but
I'm just trying to think
Jason.
of shows where we've seen him because definitely we have recently.
I know. I'm trying to think like the. Is Jason Schwartzman?
I
I don't think he is. Darn. Well,
It's okay. Yeah, one more that you might.
I mean, I know for sure he's in Asteroid City.
Yeah, well, you should take that. You don't need to be out yet. Because I don't think I have a ton, but I want to do the deep dive so that we can. But I know a few that I like genuinely appreciate him from, and one, Wet Hot American Summer, 10 years later.
Oh yeah. Was he in the original?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think so. I know he's in it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's in all of them. He's the like the guy that the camp director cheats on the can of peaches with. Like he's the other, yeah. So he's in all of them. But yeah, he's so I just more love those to death. Like those are some of the funniest things I've ever seen. He is definitely not in the OG, but I said 10 years later.
Yeah.
So it counts. Yeah.
Right, but you said, wait, no, he's in the whole thing. He's in all of them.
But
he's not in the OG. He's in the 10 years later.
He doesn't. Wait, then she doesn't cheat on him in the original.
Who?
The camp director lady who's married to Mitch, the Cannon States. Cannon. What is it?
I think it is
Peaches.
Yeah.
I don't know. We need to rewatch apparently.
Yeah. I honestly think like Jason Schwartzman isn't a lot, but I think like the first time I like really like noticed like recently was Asteroid City.
Yeah.
I thought
because it's like he's in so much, but when is he ever even close to a leading character?
Right.
Like, he's normally just a goofy guy. Like
normally when I see him, I'm like, oh, Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah, exactly.
He's on for like 10 minutes.
Exactly. Oh, I got a few piled up.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to go?
Yeah, well, you can go.
Oh, okay.
I just
all right. I'll say the one that I read that I remember him from, which is Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. That I had that one chambered up, but I also that's one. It's
you haven't seen it.
Yeah, that you would love that movie.
Yeah, that is
so much. And there are so many.
It's a little. It hasn't aged like super well.
Yeah. But like you would get the like for like whatever 2007 or whatever. Yeah. You would get the tone of like, oh, they're cool.
It is like very like silly and like comic-y.
Yeah, I like that. There's like also just you watch it and you recognize every single person from something.
Oh yeah,
it's such a star-studded thing in hindsight. Mm-hmm. You got your turn, Polly.
I'm trying to think of things we've watched recently that he was in.
Think of all the different times we've been like, oh, we just watched something recently.
Is he in AP Bio?
I don't think so.
Does he make an appearance in Detroiters?
He does not.
I think you should leave.
I do think he is. I feel like that is where. Do you know Reginald? I think you should leave if he makes an appearance at any point that you can think of. Great.
I think, yeah. In season 3.
Yeah, I feel like I remember him. I just can't remember what. Another one I have, Medical Police.
Wait, he's in that?
Yeah, we watched that recently. He's only in one episode, but he's the he's like the extractor, or like he has some really dumb name. And he like drives this van around. What is his name? But anyways, he's so funny, and that's a like spin-off of Children's Hospital, like 10-episode series. That's so funny. Have you seen it, Medical Police? No. It's so good. And then it's like one of the only things I've seen. What's his butt be the main guy in Rob Hubel?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, real good.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody in Children's Hospital plays a major role. Like Rob Corddry is in it throughout. It's cool. Your turn, bitch.
Sorry, I'm just eating this delicious pizza that they cooked. But
Delicious.
yeah. But is he in like any of the Hangover movies?
Oh, he's got it.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're losing steam. We got to do the deep dive. Asteroid City, a lot. He definitely voices Christopherson and Fantastic Mr. Fox. So I feel
And like
Dogs and Isle of Dogs.
yeah. I think he's one of the main guys in you ever seen the Darjeeling Limited?
No.
It's one of Wes Anderson's movies, but I think it's him, Owen Wilson, and I forget the other
Edward
guy
Norton?
in it. Maybe it's maybe. Yeah. Those are good guesses.
Yeah.
Other notable roles: The Hunger Games. He plays I forget his name. Yeah, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom.
Wait.
What else? And Isle of Dogs.
Yeah, Isle of Dogs. I'm sure he's one of the dogs. Wait. There's one more I had that I can't think of now. Oh, the John C. Reilly, Walk Hard. He plays one of the, I can't remember which one, but one of the Beatles he plays, and they do. It's Jack Black, Paul Rudd, Jason Schwartzman, and Jason Lee. No, not Jason. Jason Lee.
My Name is Earl guy. That's Jason Lee.
Oh no. Jason something.
Jason Segel.
No, it's
Jason.
who's the main guy? Justin Long, the guy in Barbarian. Yeah. They all play different Beatles.
Oh,
and then like all do like very like offensive. Like just like yeah, very. So we came up with music. It's so.
Gosh, other things he's in, I should have fucking realized. The Quiz Lady. I forgot about that. We watched that. Loved that. Don't remember what he was in that. Freaks and
He has a
Geeks.
major role.
Apparently, I love Freaks and Geeks.
Oh yeah.
Righteous Gemstones, Parks and Recreation.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up his stuff right now.
Should we do like an actor guessing game where we each get like 5 or 10 questions, but we have to guess the actor?
That could be fun. Fun segment.
He doesn't make an appearance in Barry. One thing that we real quick, can we just talk about Barry? Because I know you like it a lot, and I hate it a lot. No, I'm kidding. No, we finished Barry recently, and I just like, I don't know. It just like, I don't love how it ended in a lot of ways. Like but like I can't help but like the level of respect I have for the way it's been sitting with me, and like the more reflecting I've done on it, and like the fact that there's like literally 1,000 minutes of content of Barry, and like you feel like it's this whole expansive show that you've like sat with for so long and like experienced in so many different ways, and it's like I don't know how to feel. It's like just such a different experience that I don't know how to feel about it. I think is the my conclusion is like, it's like in a lot of ways I agree with, like I think like they committed character assassination with no Hank. I'll say it. And straight up for no reason that they could have done basically the same thing, but like made him learn a different lesson where he didn't have to like screw over the love of his life.
Yeah.
Have killed. I'd say probably redeemed Fuchs too much. Because like he really was the villain of the show. If you like were like taking a bird's eye view perspective, he was the villain for most of it, and then he just like becomes the only character who gets a happy ending,
like a head nod at the end.
Yeah, and he gets like he's living a good life. He's got all these pals, and I guess they all die.
Oh yeah.
Besides, but he's got the woman in the. That's like the other thing is that like. A lot of these things will frustrate me, or I'll be like, well, that just wouldn't happen that way. This is sort of stupid. And then I'll also be like, but he's like, I'll picture the rest of his life is just happening the way like that conversation played out, where the guy's like, I really feel like we can get them out in time, and then they won't have to see any of this shit. And then he's like, I'm an agent of chaos, and we are artists of blood. But seeing it and hearing it and seeing it are two different things. Oh shit! Like it's just like the way they handle such serious things, and like I just like I don't know. I guess you can sort of tell. I just don't know how to feel about it. Like it's just so good. It's so funny in so many ways, and then so I just like no hate. I think that's really the thing that did it to where like he's the best character, and when there's a character that's like gonna be beloved in that way, you gotta like let's sort of make sure the story goes towards him having the best ending and everything, but instead they let him have Cristobal killed. And
it was always like the conclusion of Noho Hank's arc was always like, or the conclusion that they reached was that, well, he's evil. He grew up evil, so he's gonna be evil. But that never felt like the point of the character.
Yeah. It seemed like he was always gonna eventually like have the company type thing.
Like I thought it was gonna end with him like owning a bakery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what I wanted, but then when it didn't that way, and I don't agree with the ending. Like, so I'm not in any way like arguing and saying that like no, like that was no, because I agree. I wanted him to be happy, but I will say, I didn't perceive it as like he will be evil. He's always been evil. I took away from it like he's always been surrounded by or like consumed by evil, and therefore in the end he is then consumed. Like I feel like it's not even like necessarily his character, but like he just got in so deep, and then like people around him kind of kill each other. Like just like he's like not even like. It almost didn't seem intentional. I felt really bad for him because it just felt like he was cornered into evil. And then
that's always the point of like
surprise
movies, is that like if you get into organized crime, it'll ruin you. Like even if you're a good person and you want to get out, like it'll jump to you.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, like I've been rewatching House, and our friend is watching Gilmore Girls, and like every season of those like syndicated shows has over 25 episodes or so, like, and they're all an hour long. Like they all have in one season more content than Barry does in its entirety. And none of those seasons will give you the experience that Barry will throughout. Like at least like you got to give it its props. And like 8 episodes, 30 minutes an episode per season, like they do some crazy shit.
Yeah, and I think it's a show that really dealt well with like consequences.
Yeah,
everything had consequences of that show.
That's the thing. Is like it did and it did, because it's like. How the fuck, even if all this crazy shit goes down and Barry, when he gets captured and then the Fed Armisen and all that shit happens, even he gets the gun and now he's like running away. I don't ever explain how he gets to Sally's apartment, that situation or anything. Like that's the stuff that is like Oh, I wish you took. If you're gonna take me on this ride and like make you take you this seriously, then you do have to. I feel you do have to explain it in
Yeah, that's
in
true.
better ways than it does sometimes. Like Fuchs finding the car, right? That bugged me too. It's just
Yeah.
wait, police and canines and all these different technical things that are designed to find these missing people. And then Fuchs is able to like fall down a mountain and find it.
I
Like
know. Yeah.
it's just shit like that is like it's also like fucking a comedian wrote all this shit,
That's true,
directed
yeah.
all this shit, and starred in all of it. So like that's another thing I've always tried to keep in mind is like this isn't Vince Steele again.
That's
This isn't somebody who's like been writing drama for 20, 30 years
Yeah.
TV
And it's
at
and
an
it
expert
is-
level.
Yeah, and I think it's a show that definitely took itself like more seriously as it went on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the first 2 seasons way more than the last 2, just in
For
terms
sure.
of like tone.
For sure.
I think it just nailed like a really nice comedic tone.
For sure.
The last 2, it's I mean, it deals with consequence. Like that's what I like about it is that it's like, well, you're a hitman trying to be an actor. That's not going to work out.
For
Like, it's-
sure.
Like, there's just no way that works out.
For sure. And also like the other crazy thing is like going into it, I would have thought like, oh, I thought like it's going to be like revisiting workaholics.
Yeah.
It's going to be just like a spooky comedy about a hitman. Like, I thought it would all be like the tone of the NoHo Hank scenes, which I fucking loved. He's like seriously, and I can go back and watch the first 3 season stuff and like laugh at that. But like, I thought the whole thing based off like Bill Hader writing this hot dark comedy series, I thought it would all have that tone.
Yeah.
And it definitely will surprise you too, where it's like, no, the directing, the cinematography, like
It's
there's a plan for this that is way bigger than just like some jokes. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
yeah. So anyways, how did we get on Barry? Because that's that. I just wanted to really quick. That was one of the things I wanted.
Suggested we do that.
Yeah. And then we wanted to pick a different actor. Yeah. So what Vader?
Like, yeah, we play a game where like one of us picks an actor, and then we have like however many questions to try and guess that actor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So what should be like a good amount of questions? Like 7? Is that good?
Should also like
Yeah.
Good.
do I give like a TA quick? So like
No, you
I
just
think-
you
I
just
think
say I
it's a-
thought of one, and then we have like a certain amount of questions.
I think you can maybe 10 is fine. And also I think you can maybe disclose however much you want off the bat. I think like it would be nice to skip the whole male and female or whatever they're known as or
Yeah. Just say actor or actress. Just be like,
but we don't use those terms around here,
Okay,
Jack.
sure.
A female can be an actor and a male can be an actress. Okay. Okay. Did I say your name again? I think I did. Reginald.
Reginald.
actor who identifies as
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I dated an actor in college and she had a very good point of like that will cause me to make less money if I am seen as
and also we are moving into an era too where like if I'm non-binary, I might want to be actor, or if it is very similar to just like the gendering of a term to describe people of more than 2 genders.
yeah.
So like let's just call them all actor.
and that is
Just like you're an engineer no matter what, you're a teacher no matter what.
exactly. And
You're-
like there are
no
certain
matter what.
professions that aren't gendered at all. I'm sorry that we got serious because I know you understand.
Okay, no, we look for you, but I'm so sorry.
That is something that I like say with like whenever anybody says like because like we're Americans or like
Oh,
just tries to claim all of America like it's not an entire hemisphere.
Yeah.
Like that's like it's so like I get it just like it picks at you. You know the technical right thing and it's like
Yeah.
but I also know that you're no one in this room would ever
Yeah. I know, and I did it because it was
Understand
just
shit,
because
so.
it was easy. It's like an easy way of being like, well, actual scoring, but it's not that simple.
No, for sure. And then it'll be 20 years before they stop like the Academy Awards, because all the old people are the ones watching bullshit. Like, so like those terms will be around forever. So it's not. Yeah, it's whatever, man.
Whatevs.
We took a long tangent. We should start. I have.
Yeah, because it wants to go first. Wants to think of it first.
Can I volunteer?
No, I don't need to go
Pardon?
first.
I don't want to go.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Good. All right, so it's like 10 questions.
Sure. We have an eye. We get 10.
Yeah, like 10 total.
Okay, we'll trade off. And,
Okay, I got one.
okay, and it is
Male.
okay. Is it? Let's just a moment. Okay. What genre movie would you say they appear in?
Or like most known in?
Yeah.
I would say drama, but also I would say thrillers.
Chat. Male drama thrillers. There's this. Nope. Yeah. No. Yeah. Sorry.
In what time period? Like present, early 2000s. Like when were they? Or is that relevant?
He's had a long career, I would say. I would say he probably started out 70s.
Relevant?
I'm giving a bit more information than I should, but I'll say it. He was probably the most relevant in, I would say, like the 90s, I would say. 90s.
Okay. Based off of how this started, I feel like maybe we should each do 3 questions. Or maybe we'll do the full
Yeah,
thing.
we'll do the full thing.
Look, I already have an idea at least.
Okay.
But they've been. My question is: later in life, have they turned to a more like kooky, grumpy grandpa type vibe? I'm hearing a lot of like funny.
But I don't know about like grumpy grandpa. I would definitely say a grandpa vibe. I would say like a kind of maybe a wise, friendly grandpa.
Okay. So they've reached grandpa status.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They are past that.
Thrillers. Is it George Clooney?
No.
Oscar winner?
Multi-Oscar winner.
Good question.
I think I know it.
I'll give a big hint.
I think
He recently won an Oscar.
I remember.
Yeah, I think. Oh my gosh! I think it was during COVID, so it was
wise. I hope we're watching the same kooky grandpa movies.
He's not a kooky grandpa. He was
I know.
kookier. He was kookier when he was younger.
If it's who I'm thinking, this dude is kooky.
I mean, you can. Yeah, that's it. We might be thinking of the same person.
I want you to use your question first.
Does it have to be a yes or no question?
No, it could be anything.
Are they, if so, who are they married to?
I have no clue. I don't think anyone famous.
Okay. That's helpful, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I will guess. My initial guess has changed.
Okay.
I think it is. I'm gonna go with Robert De Niro now.
No.
Are they in Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I'll give a hint. Robert De Niro. Good guess for the age.
Yeah, well, I think I might know who it is, but I won't get two guesses.
Yeah.
Recent Oscar winner is what's throwing me off because I can't think of who I was thinking. What they would have won recently.
Hey, I'm positive you know who this person is. But yeah, yeah.
Mostly. Maybe it's not an opinion then. Or maybe you just think so little of me.
I mean, I think you would know who he is. You just might some people would be like, "Oh yeah, that guy." Like this.
Recent Oscar winner and Multi. Which
I would say he won one recently, but the Oscar he first won is like his most famous role. He portrayed like a known character.
Okay, I think I know who it is. Do you have any guesses?
No.
But I feel like I know him, which is it Jack Nicholson?
No,
Okay, what is it?
it's Anthony Hopkins. He won the Oscar like a couple years ago.
Ah,
You know Anthony Hopkins is?
No.
Look him up.
yeah, no, who played Silence of the
He
Lambs?
played Hannibal Lecter.
Huh?
How about he win recently?
He
Then?
won for The Father, which I think he won when he was like 82 or 89.
Wow. Oh.
He played a father with dementia.
Wow.
Which I haven't seen the movie, but I heard it's incredible. Like genuinely incredible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you look up a picture of him?
Yeah, I mean, you would Hannibal Lecter, you've seen Silence of the Lambs, I know.
He's creepy.
Yeah. He's probably really good. He's like one of I would put him like top 5 in terms of like best actors ever. To be honest with you. Have you seen Westworld?
The movie, no.
The show.
Oh, the movie, no.
He's in the show.
No,
I would recommend that.
I've heard so many conflicting things about that show. Actually, I've heard like the first season is real good and then it gets bad, or like the first season is super bad and then it gets real good. So like,
The first season's the best, and it's because
okay, okay, and I know it's like people are robots, but you don't know who's.
yeah. It's like a western themed like theme park essentially. But it's populated by robots. But yeah, the one of you guys want to go?
Yeah, unless you got one, I got one.
I have one.
Okay, yeah, you go. 'Cause I'm gonna change mine, I think.
Actor identifying as female.
Okay.
You old or young?
Middle age.
Middle age? Okay.
Well, they with comedy, drama.
Overall, mostly comedy.
Is she white?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is she one of the 5 people I would immediately think of when you say female actor and people you like and know?
Maybe.
Is she SNL like alum?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she is.
She was in the SNL cast.
Yes.
She in Bridesmaids?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Is she on the screen right now? Okay.
No. On the screen from SNL are Amy Poehler and what is her name?
Vanessa
Vanessa.
Bayer.
Yeah. I do really like her.
She's so funny.
No.
SNL. Okay. Catherine Hahn wasn't a cast member, was she?
No. Was she like famous for like a role, or has she been in a lot of stuff?
A lot of stuff.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say like there's one really you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. She American?
I believe so.
Okay. That's an interesting one.
Well, I believe, yeah, they were born in the U.S.
Okay.
Is it Tina Fey?
It's not Tina Fey.
She mostly known for movies or TV shows.
Movies.
Okay.
Was she like 50 now? That was so much disdain. Yeah. Like 55?
Shower. I would guess she is in her 50s.
Okay.
Well, I don't get any more guesses.
Is she blonde?
No.
So it's all on you.
I don't know. You're giving me like nothing to latch onto, you know. It's just so like she's just there, you know.
In her 50s.
Is she usually in comedy movies the straight man or the kind of wacky one?
She plays wacky characters well.
Okay. So Melissa McCarthy?
No.
Okay.
I do love her though.
Yeah.
Well, then you meet us.
Yeah, honestly. Who is it?
Molly Shannon.
Oh. Should have thought of that. That is somebody you have to do.
Clarify, because afterwards, after you asked the question of who was on the screen, I didn't even process that a Wet Hot American Summer.
Oh yeah,
those. So I felt bad. I was like, should I go back and clarify? Like, would he?
Oh yeah.
Like, was he thinking of like, oh well, Molly Shannon?
I was thinking of Amy Poehler.
But yeah, I was thinking of like, I didn't even see anything. Oh, it's not Amanda. What's her name? Erica? No.
Vanessa
or Amy.
Oh my god. Quick shout out to Molly Shannon in Wet Hot American Summer. Those art classes and those supportive students with her and her horrible breakup experiences.
So raw. Like she has her hand in like also so many things, just like Jason Schwartzman. And rarely is she like the star, but she like drastically, I feel like, improves the quality of like the comedy and the vibe. Like I think she's beautiful.
Yes, yeah. My God, she steals. I mean, Jim Carrey steals the Grinch movie, but she's the second like standout from that. When I watched that this past winter too, she's so fucking funny in that.
She's in the first season of White Lotus, which is truly she's the main reason I got through that show, and I enjoy aspects of Sydney Sweeney. But like Molly Shannon's character, like she plays a crazy mom and she plays it so well, and like I don't know.
Yeah.
I like her a lot.
I know she's great in the other two.
Her SNL sketches, she's got some pretty iconic characters.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, well I got one. And I'll clarify right off the bat. He's been in a lot, but he's definitely more known as a musician.
So, okay. Young? Young?
You'll understand when we get to it. You'll be like, okay, this guy sort of counts as me. No, he's probably in his 60s.
Okay.
Maybe doesn't look it though.
Okay. Is he rock? Or
It's kind of everything.
fusion? Yeah.
It's kind of everything.
Okay. I think I have it.
You know it right away. Maybe this was
What's your guess?
Dave Matthews.
Oh my god! No,
Oh.
no, that'd be too obvious. Really, no.
You said 60s. I was like,
I know. Because I was thinking Dave Matthews, and when you said 60s, I went, damn, he does look good.
No, he's very close to. He's probably our parents' age. Probably like 55.
And you also said you were
Just
watching
60.
House.
Yes,
House.
that's true. I was telling Holly about that the other day.
Yeah.
what genre?
Everything.
Okay. What genre of
If
music?
I say the genre
So everything.
that he probably is, it would give it away.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what genre of film?
Oh, of film, that would also give it away.
Okay.
And that might all give it away.
Yeah.
Sarah, we answered all the questions. You can't just be like, no.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
A strategy is asking good questions. So you answered the question.
Any films he's in, it's going to be a comedy film.
Okay. So is he known for more so like cameos or like substantial roles?
Cameos and overall funny videos.
Okay.
I really followed a track that he's not in a ton of TV and movies, but like this dude, you'll know.
Okay. Gotcha.
And musician, big musician too.
Was he popular as a musician in like 2000s?
He's been popular since the 80s.
Okay. Okay.
Probably the only recognizable person in his genre of music.
Okay. Now we're talking.
And he would only be in a comedy film.
All right, I got
His 60s. Is it Weird Al?
like
Yeah, you got it.
I guess Kid
Genre of his own.
What's the guy, Michael Bolton, that's like exclusively
Oh yeah.
It's funny.
comedy specials. Yeah, no, I was thinking Let Out American Suffer. He has a funny cameo in that. Weird Al does. He's like I think he's a ventriloquist or something. But then he's like he gets in a fight with them, and he's like a robot, and it's a whole thing. Like they worship him, and he's like a magician guy. I think I don't know, but he's real funny. I remember him being in it, and then also the Weird Al movie is so funny.
That is
so funny. Daniel Radcliffe, man.
Daniel Radcliffe, he's great.
Yeah.
I love Daniel Radcliffe.
Heck, I saw it the other day. He could be the new Wolverine.
Really?
That would be the first comically accurate Wolverine ever. He's
Yeah.
supposed to be like this little, just crazy wild man. Like Daniel Radcliffe can go there. So that's the dude.
He just won a Tony.
Wow.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Saw him on that show on Broadway.
Oh, really? It was yeah. Early We Roll Along. Is that it?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't talking on the mic, but my parents actually just saw the show that he was in, and on Broadway, it is Merrily We Roll Along.
Oh,
It's
nice.
him and like a dude from Glee.
Yeah, Jonathan. Groff.
And then another woman who's somewhat
Yeah, I recognized her.
known. I thought, yeah. Darn.
Yeah, but oh wait, I had one in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do another round. This is fun.
Okay, I got one. It's female. Female identifies as female actress.
Female identifies as female actress. Okay.
How old?
Yeah.
I would say like 40s, but she's been around a long time. Like, it feels like she should be in her 50s or 60s, but she's 40s.
And she's been around a lot. She's been around. She started young.
Is it Natalie Portman?
Is it Drew Barrymore?
No.
Damn it.
Honestly, I think
Natalie
Natalie Portman's a good guess, though. I would say.
All right. Can we keep going?
Is it Keira Knightley?
No.
We can't keep guessing if we weren't any like that.
No, I keep guessing.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, once you said they've been around a while, it's like at least we got people to go on.
I love both of them, by the way.
Probably mostly dramatic then.
I would say mostly dramatic. She started out more comedic, I would say. But she is a drama beast, I would say.
And she's in her 40s. Probably.
Yeah, I would say 40s.
Did they win any Academy Awards this year?
No, they've never won an Academy Award, but I believe they've been nominated 5 times, which is a lot.
Is this person a white person?
Yes.
And you say she's a beast?
She's a beast. She is really good.
No, she won.
No, I don't think she has. Sure. Get up.
Well, no, I was the person I thought of just now. Yeah.
No, but she was actually nominated for 6.
Have they?
Been nominated for 6 Oscars? Yes, they have.
Have they done much with TV?
Yeah, she actually has. She was in a couple. I think of one that was like really good. Yeah.
And that's more recent?
Yeah, recent. Yeah.
We haven't been counting our questions.
I don't. Yeah. I do want you guys to guess it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a white person.
It is a white person. Pretty white too, I would say.
Have they hosted SNL?
I'm sure.
Yeah, this is a white person.
Yeah.
Is it Natasha Lyonne?
No.
And
Natasha Lyonne has not been
around for a while. That's
is big stuff.
it's gotta be Anne Hathaway.
No, good.
I was thinking of her too.
It's gotta be Jessica Simpson.
No.
She is not a.
Have you seen Dudes of X? She's a dramatic.
No. Do they got the comedy chops though? If it were required,
Yeah.
they'd be in.
Oh, I'm sure.
Have you've seen them be funny?
Yes. Yeah.
Do they sing? Are they on screen?
She's not known for it, but I'm sure she can. Wait. Was she in Let's see if she's on the screen. No, she's not. Yeah, this is like a big singer though. She's like almost always the lead.
Yeah. We know.
I have Emma Stone, but Emma Stone is definitely one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and she also not even
Stone is a very good guess though, for another reason.
did I ever? Is it?
like they get confused for each other.
What's it? or Samantha Chastain.
No.
She's wrong. I feel something.
Chastain.
It's the girl that looks like her. She's in Spider-Man. Is she in Spider-Man?
No.
No, it's
Adams.
Amy Adams.
Yeah.
It's Amy Adams.
Yeah.
Yep.
She is
not
not
that
Enchanted. She is known for singing that one film.
She's not that good either. She's amazing.
Objects.
Yeah,
My favorite.
not a beast.
She's pretty good.
She's been nominated for 6 fucking Oscars.
Decidedly not a beast.
She hasn't won though. But yeah, her career is great.
Wow. I mean, that was a good one to get us going. Well, Polly, you got one?
I know. I did honestly think of Enchanted when you asked me about whether she sings. I'm like, was that a musical? Yeah.
Enchanted is good though. That's a good movie.
Yeah, that is good.
Amy Adams can suck a big one. Next up.
Man, fuck Amy Adams.
Hey, Amy Adams, if you want to come on Robot Rampage and prove me wrong that you're not a bastard, get on here. Fuck, bitch. I won't go that far. But yeah, no. Robot Rampage has the opinion that Amy Adams
Sucks.
That is a podcast-wide opinion.
Yes.
Only held by me. All right. Well, I want to do one more at least. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do mine because Polly's looking at other stuff.
Okay.
It's a female.
Female. Old or young?
Old.
Old. Okay. Like old or like 60?
Old to the point where like 60 plus. Like you wouldn't know I wouldn't be surprised. 80 plus would be surprising, but anywhere between 60 and 80.
Yeah. She like a big star?
Yeah, I would say so. Say at least like B-list her whole career.
Are they at 80 for Brady?
I am not familiar with the cast well enough, but I doubt it.
Okay.
Doubt it.
That's a good guess. Or a good question, because there's
Yeah.
one. Is she known for like a particular role? Or just kind of like a good career?
At least our generation would know her for a specific role.
Okay. Our generation. Okay.
Yeah.
So was it a recent role? Recent?
It was a TV role within the last 15 to 18 years.
Okay. So 2000s to 2010.
Yeah. Mid 2000s would be like the latest this show came out.
Okay.
What type of show? What genre?
Comedy.
Like dramedy?
What do we know her for?
Yes.
Comedy?
Yes.
Okay.
When you think of this show, you think of her.
Okay.
Or at least I do. And most people do.
So, and
I can speak for most people.
okay. Was it a like really popular show or more like
Oh yeah, it had a moment.
okay.
It had a moment for sure. But it's not looked back on fondly, but it was mega popular.
Okay.
Are they in Glee?
Yes.
Chamberlain. We don't look fondly. It had a moment. Dirty. So
Yeah, actually, went to the same school that Polly and I went to and fell in love at and sat on a bench at. So
thank you, Jane Lynch.
we love you, Jane Lynch.
Jane Lynch is good.
Put me on your show.
Yeah, we'll watch it. You want to be on the weakest link. Not the weakest link. Yeah. That's the point of the show.
I'm gonna make you my weakest link.
Right, put us on the reboot of Glee.
Yes.
Either one of those will
Yeah, we've got a lot of musical talent here. We'll tell you more
Yeah.
if you put us on Glee.
Yeah. What's our real and 80 prefer Brady?
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. I doubt it, but like that would be so fun.
No, I wanted, when you said that, it was too early on, but I wanted to be like, she probably was offered and went like, okay,
No.
fuck that. It's no.
Oh, but they were so.
I've heard that's actually a good movie. Yeah. I know.
Isn't
it
Tom
would be
Brady
wild.
in it?
It would be wild, but I've heard it's a good movie.
I mean, I like all the actresses in it. Yeah. They're all good. So it's like
you like all the what's in it?
the actors in that movie.
There's some
at an age where they'd be like, call me a fucking trip.
as they would be.
Yeah.
All right, you down with Polly?
Yeah. Yes, I have one. Actress identifying as female. I'm gonna go get water.
Okay. Less obvious than Molly Shannon.
Old or young?
They said middle. Middle. Okay, I got it. Is it Wes Anderson?
It's Anthony Hopkins.
It's a middle-aged actress. Are they mostly, what, genre-wise, what do they lean? Did you do like some research about your person?
Oh no, it just like came to me. I was just scrolling through Jane Lynch's.
What?
But honestly, this had nothing to do with Jane Lynch. Drama.
Drama? Okay.
Drama. Middle-aged drama.
Do you know if she's been nominated for an Oscar?
Oscar, no.
Okay.
Not
Emmy?
nominated.
Emmy? Yes.
Emmy or maybe something TV, probably, or like something that they were in.
Okay.
Maybe.
Is she
Can't say for sure.
like serious? Like
So she's dramas?
For define.
Like the kind of like Breaking Bad type drama that's like critically acclaimed type stuff.
No, popular, but maybe not that.
Okay.
Question mark?
In mostly TV?
Yes.
In their 40s?
You could tell me she's 42 and I'd be like, for sure. Or you could be like, she's 52, which is probably more likely. She just looks really good.
Okay.
Probably early 50s.
Mostly TV, mostly drama.
Close to 50s then.
A variety of series?
Known for like a particular
one.
Mm-hmm.
Was that one like recent or like 2000s?
Yeah.
2000s?
In the 2000s, not the 2010s.
The show went on for a very long time.
Yeah. Meredith Grey.
Oh. Is it?
Yes. Can you name her?
Michael Pompeo?
Yes. Way to go, Reginald.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
She is the highest paid actress on television.
I
Wow.
might get there. I think you, Leprechaun, Tarzan, you would have guessed. I figured you'd probably get to the show, but you would know her name.
Yeah, I would have never known her name, but I know you've talked a lot about Meredith Grey.
Yeah, so I was a fan of the show until like 8 seasons ago. I think she talks about too how like after it goes on for so long, you feel pressure. Like
Yeah. And isn't
contract
early in the
she
show
quits
now?
then
Like,
and excuse me, I don't think she was in this last season, but like again, I stopped watching a while ago, but
yeah.
I think she is really talented.
Yeah.
And it sucks that like on the one end it got her super famous and a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
But she was very much like one of the longest running. She's pigeonholed in that
For sure.
role. And I don't think she's necessarily like regretful. So that part sucks. But like I think she's phenomenal to watch. Like
Yeah.
she makes me feel something.
Yeah.
She's
I wish-
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do wish she was in more stuff, but I wonder if it's like a kind of like because of her high price tag that it's like
That
she's
too.
done much stuff.
She's a mom now, and I think
Yeah,
maybe she was ready to act on a TV show.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, and especially now that she's so associated, like she is Meredith Grey. Like
Yeah.
it's she can't escape.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good work.
shout out Ellen Pompeo though.
Yes. Yeah.
If you would want to be on this podcast, that'd be great. You and I have some things in common that I could tell you in person. So
Just tell us your rate.
come on here. Yeah, and maybe bring Patrick Dempsey. Shout out to him too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Miss
We're doing another round of that, but we are running. We are running on, and also we did have one more topic that I just remembered we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
but I mean we could do that.
Polyamory.
Oh yes, this had come up earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, let's all go around. Like, how would you define it to someone?
What is everybody's relationship with polyamory?
Okay, your mom asks. No. Someone with a little more maybe nuanced understanding. Let's say an older sibling asks. They're cool. They know some stuff about the LGBTQ community, but they're like, "Wait, what does that mean?" What would you tell them? What would you tell them?
I would say that polyamory, instead of being with just one partner, you share many partners, perhaps. But usually it's kind of one couple just bringing random other people in,
Yeah, or like let's basically couples agreeing in some way or another in a relationship or a partnership, agreeing that they will allow other members to romantically / sexually enter that partnership for any amount of time. It's any agreed upon way. So basically, it normally does stem from like an existing relationship, but then it's like agreeing on how we're going to expand that to include other people. Or
Yeah. Like I think for some, this is getting a bit more like deep into it, but for some people it's more of like a kind of philosophy, like a way of life, where it's like that's just what they do with relationships. While for other people it can be to save a monogamous relationship, is to do something like that.
True.
But I think at least polyamory is just kind of the act of like having multiple partners at any one time. So
yeah, for sure.
My definition would also be similar, like hitting on the key components of like with an agreement. Like I feel like if there were two credentials of like being polyamory, like the first would be like consent on all parties. Like there's like agreement and like an understanding, and then second would be like an openness, just like non-monogamous. So like some people it is like they have a nesting partner and that's who they like live with, like an existing relationship, and they either date together outside of the couple or as singles outside of the couple. But I also know of like where it's more like you maybe don't have a nesting partner, just have like a lot of like you as a single have like many polyamorous relationships, polyamorous relationships.
So psychology today's definition is polyamory is the practice of having multiple intimate relationships, whether sexual or just romantic, with the full knowledge and consent of all parties involved. Polyamory is generally non-gender specific. Anyone can have multiple partners of any gender.
Yeah, I think I kind of nailed it.
I think the main thing you want in any polyamorous relationship is to be these two, and not that guy.
Yeah.
If that's what you want, maybe he is happy, like he gets to go home alone and maybe like live as a single while participating in many relationships.
Yeah.
So it's all up to you. You would maybe rather have a nesting partner.
Polly and I, very early in our relationship, watched a show that was never directly touches on polyamory, but I think deals a lot with like the emotional struggles and sort of like, especially in relationships where it's like sort of to save the relationship. Have you seen the show Living with Yourself?
No, I have not. Is that the Paul Rudd
Yeah.
show? Yeah.
It is. It is. In a weird way, it like does go dwell pretty deep into that sort of like this
I think I remember
this
this.
partner is not giving me what I need. Like, how do I expand this relationship? And she literally does it with the same person, just a clone, perfect version of him. That she like they find ways, and then like he finds out about it, and they like have to like agree on how they're gonna like let them interact, and like it gets very wild and crazy, and it's sort of like.
It's a good show.
Yeah, I think it's very much an allegory for somebody who's struggling with like their partner wanting to bring something like this into the relationship. Like it's the cloned version of him who's like very upset, or like the original version who's like very upset by the whole thing. Like he goes to some very like desperate lengths to like get like feel like he's being seen in the way things are being thought about, and I should watch that again. It's so good.
Yeah. That's a Netflix show, right?
Yeah. And Paul Rudd fucking kills it. Oh my god, he goes insane at the end. I'd recommend.
Yeah.
Recommend. And also, there's a great Tom Brady cameo at the very beginning, before that references how many Super Bowls he has before he won his sixth one. So you ever want to like know exactly where you are in the moment of time? It's between 2019 and 2021. So,
That's interesting. Yeah.
So is Tom Brady? Do we think he's polyamorous?
well, he's single now. I bet. His wife is
It's by. I feel like
his wife is like everybody talked about her, and I don't even think she is very attractive, but everybody talks about her like she's the most attractive woman.
Yeah.
She's paid like it. She's paid as
like
the top model in the world, and so like by metric standards, she is the most attractive or most sought after based off attractive level.
Yeah.
But so I don't, and then like he's sort of like seen as like him, like never aging, sort of like definitely had work done recently, but also he's like sort of perfect looking, and that like sort of all American football player type of way.
Yeah.
So I think I bet they never really did. I bet they never really.
Who knows? Especially in like probably the sort of where there's such like high class, high net worth.
Yeah.
That I know that this stuff is just more common.
They're saying that
type
for
of
sure.
like, tax class. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
They're saying that she did cheat on him towards the end with her whatever. For sure. Yeah, because of that whole roast thing.
Yeah. That was
Wait, it came out in the roast.
Well, they just kept on saying that something had went down with her trainer and hit her. Whatever. That roast is so stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
for those of us maybe considering polyamory or just pondering, about it, like how would you go about initiating a threesome in a perfect world? How are you a catch?
So I'm gonna go about this like I need to secure both of the people.
Okay.
Go for it.
So, yeah.
I mean, I assume you're more comfortable with the women rather than us.
Yes. No, I'm gonna go.
Like, do you think, would you want them to know each other? Would it be easier to approach like two friends, or like, hey, I met you and I met you? Oh, or like, none of us knew each other before now. Like,
That's
what kind of vibe?
I think friends would be cool if they're like sort of like they're sort of like friends who do this, you know, like sort of like because like if you're just friends, like Jackie and I don't.
It's whatever.
Reginald and
There's
I
a
don't
lot of-
fuck people together. Like that's just not something we've ever done.
No.
That's not something I think we've ever discussed doing.
That
Like
isn't-
that's just not
That's a
something.
thing, and more so like dude, like frat type circles, like that's a thing. But it's never about like, oh, let's try polyamory.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, I just fucked a chick with my bro. Like, that's
exactly.
it.
This girl let us fuck her.
Yeah.
But I feel like my brain, if it were two friends and it wasn't, and it felt like they were friends, like we're friends. Well, that's sort of like, why are you guys into each other? You know,
Yeah.
it's a little weird. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you hang out with your best friend because you're into her. So like, you know,
Yeah.
My best friend we had even discussed that.
Okay.
And I think they were maybe more, this is years ago now though. They maybe were more open to considering it than I was, but I was pretty firm on like you are hot and like I love you. You are my best friend, but I don't want to experience that part of you. Like I don't need that.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's no going back. I mean, even as chill as you can be with a friend, which like we are on that level, like that is just a different line. Like like pleasuring each other or like being in the same room when that's happening.
Yeah.
It's just like not with them.
Yeah.
But a situation.
Like, sorry. Like there are I definitely like the friends I'm sure we're both thinking of are like that would be so weird. Like the female friends of yours that I am friends with now, that'd be very weird too. So like but that's not like every single friend ever, you know, like so like I feel like it would have to be you would have to get the feeling that like the people you're encountering have that relationship of like they're not super chill with each other, but they've had maybe a flirty relationship the whole time. They're like they're like you can tell that they would want to be with this person even if it was just them too.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, I think like
how would you get them?
yeah. Like just how I imagine it, I just can't imagine a dude walking up to two girls and convincing both of them. Like I just can't imagine it. Like you have to convince one at a time, which is why I think it's like easier if you're already in a relationship with someone and then you just want to add another person. I think that's
it's
just like
I literally can't think.
There are like
how do you bring that up to like two people you have not had sex with?
Honestly, I think it's like the guy is sometimes like fuck guys.
Yeah.
They have to be like, this is so shallow, but like if they were like really, really hot or someone like Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Like if Paul Rudd came up to me and another girl, like I think he would crush it. He could do that, you know? But like the average guy, like you're right. Like there is like a power dynamic there too. I guess a woman can I finish?
Yeah.
There are like certain situations where it could feel very like nasty or like guys fantasize about that, like whatever. So do you agree there with like an existing relationship, or this isn't necessarily like a dynamic maybe I would want to pursue? I could see myself maybe like being there, maybe like in my past, but like I could see like two girls who maybe are younger and like coming to terms that maybe like they like their friend as more than a friend. And it's like one of those like hee when we're drunk things. Like a lot of girls out there they know, and then they're like, well, maybe if there's like a guy there the first time, it's like not, and then they are pursuing the guy.
Yeah.
It's like the dream.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen often, but
I do think it has to be two separate conversations. Like with one person and then one with another.
So the other way I could see this playing out, and the way I bet it happens often in the wild, is a guy picks like maybe they're girls who know each other in the past, or just like they're like, you know, around each other, and he like he not lures them back, but he gets them to come back to his place or some private area under the like allure of I have drugs.
Okay.
Essentially, like, you know, like I have Molly back at my place or whatever, and I like.
This is what you would do, or you're saying
No,
it's
that's how it's. That's
sounds
how.
bad.
Because then, like, you end up being like you know, two girls and one guy there, and like you're doing this crazy thing, or like clearly, like the girls are like, if you wanted Molly that desperately, you're probably like, oh, he's cool, he likes Molly, and you know, like like that's probably how it goes down. Of like, like a reason. There's like most reasons I feel like girls, even like party girls, would be like, I'm not gonna go back to your place for, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would be a reason to, okay, yeah, I do really want to do some coke right now or whatever. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, certainly, like, yeah,